Okay, let's talk about Jamestown. Let's review Jamestown. So, first colony, first one that we talked about. Just to jog your memory a little bit, we watched a little video on this from that movie America: The Story of Us, where it started out talking about John Rolfe and him coming over here and bringing tobacco with him. So you can see on this little wordle that I made here for us. Starting out with John, a key name because it connects to both Smith and Rolfe. John Smith, remember you guys, was the government leader. He was the soldier. He was the one who kept the colony in order or brought order to the colony. He really had nothing to do with the growth of tobacco, the farming of tobacco, the selling of tobacco. That was John Rolfe. John Rolfe was the farmer. He was the entrepreneur, the one who had this idea to grow tobacco, sell it for a profit. And he is the one ultimately that saves this colony. John Smith, if you remember, he leaves, he kind of abandons the colony in a way, and they fall back into a starving time when he goes back to England. So he is given credit to, at one point in time bringing order to the colony. John Rolfe is that farmer. John Rolfe, remember, marries Pocahontas. That is one reason why the native tribe in the area, which Pocahontas belonged to, why there was a little bit of an alliance formed for a couple of years. Later on, when John Rolfe and Pocahontas are taken to tour over in England as a positive promotion of the way that natives are getting along with these settlers, the tribe doesn't look so kindly on it anymore because Pocahontas ends up dying from an illness she contracts. But John Rolfe marries Pocahontas. Okay. And also John Rolfe grows tobacco. Tobacco is the reason why the colony succeeds. King James here. King James. That is the reason that Jamestown has its name, is after King James, and he was supportive of this group of people who came over to the colonies. And remember that they were coming to look for gold. This was supposed to say #no gold, because they thought that they were going to come and find so much of it and just be incredibly wealthy, and they weren't at all. There was no gold in the amounts that they were hoping anyways to be found. So that's when John Rolfe has to come and step in, and they have to figure out a different way to get rich. Another thing we talked about was that native relationship. It started off a little bit rocky, got a little bit better with the marriage of John Rolfe and Pocahontas, went back to rocky. It's not all positive, it's not all negative. So there was something on the quiz about, did the settlers from Jamestown encounter constant, nonstop war with the natives? No, they did not. There were battles, there was war, it was not nonstop. So just remember that. Jamestown had burgesses as representatives. They had the House of Burgesses. That was their government setup. They settled in Virginia in 1607. They encountered lots of problems. Starving time, cold, bitterly cold winters, hot and humid climate. All those things are accurate and true. They had to endure those things. Many people died, lots of death. And of course that happens until they kind of get their feet under them and are able to sell tobacco, and more people are able to survive once that kind of starts up in the colony. So that is the quick review of Jamestown.